much we'd get done if we actually had a Movember. This lousy Smarch weather.
Smarch?
So from The Simpsons.
I gather.
Presumed.
I gather. I wish I was that good. I'm just not.
It's okay. You were. Well,
I
you were
can't.
at
I
Fish
was watching The Simpsons, but I wasn't like.
But I'm saying, dude,
retaining them at such a rate.
Somebody can walk up to you right now and go noodly, 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 and you'll look back at them and go be like noodly, 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 and they'll be like, "You were at the Fish show, yeah. You were at the Fish show, yeah." You know what I mean? Like he's got other connections.
Me live it down either. That I'm.
Dude,
saw Fish a million times because I don't ever talk about it.
While you were eating acid and watching Fish, I was smoking weed and memorizing Simpsons episodes by watching them.
But did you see a holiday Fish show?
I've seen so many holiday Fish shows.
Yeah.
Because
did you see a Halloween?
They always do a New Year's run in New York City, and my first Fish show ever was one of those shows.
Because
we've already done this as a podcast episode, so don't worry.
Did we? I don't remember.
We have.
And I'm not trying to talk about it.
Well,
you brought it up.
I'm trying to tie in what we're doing here today.
Oh, it's
which
holiday,
is
yes.
Spirits are high five. It's high five. Spirits are high five. Drink, everybody.
Spirits aren't the only thing that's high right now.
Oh, boy.
Whoa.
Let's get this started. Welcome to the Adventures of Danny and Mike. To my right, Mr. Danny Tamborelli.
Were you going to call me Michael C. Morona?
Yep.
I heard you go, here's
And
no,
to his right,
me.
Mr. Danny Tamborelli.
I was about to call him Mr. Noodly.
Mr. Michael C. Morona.
Hello.
And our guest for the entire hour. Once again, it's a tradition at this point, Mr. Brett Davis.
Hey, everybody. I'm not actually high.
Yet.
Yet.
You just sit around these guys and long enough, you'll get high.
We did dose that Carlsberg with some tincture.
Oh, okay. Well,
You're supposed to do like 4 drops is good. It's like maybe like 5 milligrams. We did 50.
I did
It's a lot.
have an
That
edible
is a
for
lot.
Star Wars, though, so
Oh, you did? Did you watch Star Wars today?
yesterday.
Is it still coursing through your veins? Is what I want to know.
I can feel it.
It's coursing through the galaxy.
Okay.
It's all around us, Star Wars.
Love is all around us.
It's not getting...
But you know what?
And
It wasn't.
so
It wasn't all
feeling-
around us. It wasn't all around us from when I was like 12 to 16.
Yeah.
You know, really. And even I would say from the time I was
The
8
dark
to 16.
times.
You know, I had some Star Wars stickers, the old school ones, but I didn't pay it much mind.
Were they puffy?
No, they weren't, but they were stuck to the frame of my bed, my childhood bed.
Oh,
I had
bunk?
I had Obi-Wan Kenobi on the corner of my bedpost from the time I can remember.
Do you now have heavy metal stickers on your adulthood bed, or what? What have you moved on to?
No, nothing's on the bed, but on the
I feel like
on the dresser though, the side of the dresser still gets like all access Bowery ballroom. Just put it on there, like yeah.
I feel like if you're a kid even born in like 2005, though, you're probably not. Star Wars isn't a huge thing.
Yeah, because
unless it
Jar Jar
comes-
Binks screwed it up for everybody, right?
Unless it comes
That's
at like
that's
the
not
right
fair.
time for you,
Yes.
it's probably not a big deal.
Yeah, Mike Drucker just made a post about that, saying that he was born in this weird middle ground where, hey, I can sympathize.
Yeah. I was the right age for the special editions, and
The jury's still out on you.
hey, whatever. I like
You like it?
a soft, not reboot Jabba.
Are you...
There's a reboot job.
There was a soft yeah.
Reboot, as in the animated series. They had a really bad CGI Jabba in one of the new ones, or one of the old ones that they did.
that they made new.
I don't
Well,
want
the old one was really good. I know. I'm dipping my toe into a pond I know nothing about really.
Yeah, like I don't want to be the guy on a podcast like explaining bits of Star Wars minutia.
Oh, why not?
It's a holiday episode. You can do what you want. You can be like,
Anything.
hey, we
Anything goes.
got you a gift, and you know what that gift is? Star Wars stuff, and that just spawns a whole conversation, and that's what podcasts are, right? Just conversations that we have
About
spawn-
Star Wars.
mostly about Star Wars.
I
Right
used-
now, on this time.
I used to have puffy Michael Jackson stickers.
I'm trying to remember
So-
the puffy stickers that I had.
I don't know why that was a thing for such a long time.
Puffy stickers.
Oh,
You don't remember puffy stickers?
I do remember them. I think
Some
I
of
had
them
a
at
Stay Puft
Google, I-
Marshmallow Man puffy sticker, to be honest.
that's so
a little
meta.
too on the nose, yeah. Too much.
I inherited a bunch of puffy stickers that were already stuck to things.
They're already stuck to things, right? But it's almost like an illiquid asset. You know what I mean? You know what it's worth. It's just you can't pry that jewel out of the fixture and sell it at the bank. Exactly. But yeah, I think I had some.
Those are color forms. That's what you can do.
Shrinky dinks.
But there's two markets. There's the already shrunk and not shrunk yet. So there's a lot more value in the not shrunk yet market.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Talk about shrinky dinks.
We're talking about spirits being
I don't
high.
remember-
Ladies and gentlemen, take a drink.
You know, around the holidays, you should find no compunction to drink a compulsion. And if you need to be sober around people, be sober around people. And if they need to ask you, you don't owe them an answer.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't owe them an answer.
For the listener, the Patreon members might see that we were doing naughty things to the table at Seltzer King Studios, and
Yeah, this
we
is
got
our-
reprimanded for it.
Yeah, it's like we get a lot of compliments, and then you start the podcast and then touch the table, and it's like, but you know, we do what we can. We it's all crafted, handcrafted. It's what's the word?
The table is
Vintage.
handcrafted.
It's
He did this.
artisanal.
He
I made
did this. Jeremy did this. He stained it. He cut it. He put the extra legs in.
Yeah, but how he stained it.
Well,
This started
You
as a
don't want it-
quadruped.
it's still non-toxic, is what we're saying.
Okay.
No matter what the color is,
It's never been
still
tested.
non-toxic.
It's never been tested. I don't think I'm going to have G in here.
Brett, I'm gonna just, he and I are dads. I just want to bring it down for just a second, not down, but just down to like let's
Halfway.
talk about something.
Yeah.
Because you said non-toxic. I mean, we can talk about it together. I think it's important. But we were just buying a mattress for the kid, and like it's been like the most insane thing.
Let me tell you about bromines, bro.
People like
Let me tell you about bromines.
people are allowed to make shitty mattresses that have tons of chemicals in it that can like, kill your kid potentially. And then there's also like, here's this very non-toxic stuff, and it's like 3 times as expensive. Makes sense. But they're like certified and they have all these things. Why isn't that just like the norm? Like everything has to be like that. Like why would you give anyone the opportunity to like get sick?
You got to call your senators.
I don't know. I remember getting my Casper mattress and it having the most distinct odor for a long time.
Yeah.
That could have been from your UPS guy
It could have been.
who shipped it there.
But the Casper is for adults.
Yeah.
The
Right. They know what they're
pure
getting
core, blah, 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 non-toxic avocado oil mattress that I
Argan oil from Morocco.
that's totally cool. And they're like, oh, also we checked it for like 10,000 different chemicals. Then they're not in it. You're like, well, why would you know? It doesn't make any sense to me. Sorry, it's on my mind. It's a non sequitur.
Let me tell you about
It's really not about
Let me tell you.
spirits are high, but spirits are also high.
Let me tell you about fire
Those are high.
retardants, bro.
Yeah, man.
You want to use
All
bromides?
Polyurethane.
That foam will burn.
Brett, this is your third spirits are high. Is that right?
I think so.
Yeah, that's insane.
I know. Let's cut them open and cut the rings.
If not four, we were discussing this before. It could
It's
be
3
my
or
fourth.
4.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's 3 or 4.
because we did one with
Jeremy, we could use a fact check now.
No,
This is the first time of
we
the
did one
episode.
with Beth Hoyt.
Yeah, and Marie from the Reformed Horse.
Oh, so then
Yeah.
this is 3.
Okay.
Then this is
Yeah,
3
this is
because
3.
last year I think we're still mad at me for the whole starting my own laundry podcast thing, but
Well, we got over it.
we did.
How'd you guys settle that?
We looked each other in the eye and said, there.
There can be 2.
No, I said I let it go. I said I'm sorry that I stole your idea. I bellied up like a man.
You laid down in the sun, belly up like a man.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
It's-
It was
Listeners to the podcast for laundry would know that I was hunting you down.
no.
I remember
know.
there was a vendetta.
I got scared a little bit. You kept showing it to people and asking them what they thought, and I just knew it would escalate because they would tell 2 friends, and then they would tell 2 friends, and
Yeah.
it just got loud. I mean, the tweets alone were pretty crazy.
But, we've moved past it. I found God.
Oh,
Or actually, no. That episode hasn't come out yet.
I will
But you
find
will.
God.
yeah.
Stay
You're
tuned.
you're
Listen
thinking
to the podcast for laundry in a month.
Where I plan to find God. Maybe. Let's find out what happens.
So it is the holiday season, ladies and gents. What I think we've probably talked about this before, but what are your all's holiday plans?
It's really boring.
What are
we're
you-
gonna do some family things.
Oh
It's
yeah,
gonna be
family
great.
time. It's
Family?
family time. Family time.
Snooze.
Family stuff.
Yeah.
Snooze.
Thanks for putting in effort, Mike. Appreciate that.
What do you?
Jesus Christ.
What do you think? I'm doing something different from last year?
From any year. No, I was asking because we have a tradition. We usually drink beer or seltzer with. We didn't have seltzer today, but or candy
Seltzer King
canes.
Studio lacked seltzer today.
Yeah, life sucks. Life's tough sometimes.
We have a neon sign of Seltzer King Studios, and when we're out of seltzer, the seltzer part turns off. So it's just like no vacancy, vacancy.
We need to get some built in. Yeah, we need to get some tanks in here. We need to get some CO3.
I think we're
tanks.
gonna put those. I think we put
I
those
thought
in
we
the
were back.
bedroom.
I thought we were back at the fish show. Like we got some tanks.
Yeah,
nitrous
exactly.
oxide.
Noodly, noodly, noodly.
What? And that's what your brain does when you do nitrous oxide. You hear blah 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 blah.
That's very accurate.
It's weird.
Brett, how do you feel about nitrous oxide?
Yeah, I did some Nas earlier.
Some Nas, okay.
Yeah.
Do you listen
Whose
to Nas
world
when you do
is
the Nas?
this?
Or?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then is it you just talked about the drink, right?
Stakes are high.
I strictly.
What about the spirits?
I strictly.
Spirits are
the
high.
spirits are high.
Yeah.
I strictly get my nitrous oxide in Queensbridge.
Queensbridge? Is that where Nas is from? No, I know that's a silly thing to say. Actually, all the real good nitrous you got to go to Philly for, because for some weird reason Pennsylvania's like, it doesn't really matter what you do. Like,
Medical.
you work for a bakery and you need a bunch of nitrous. Okay, sure. No, it's food grade. You can get whatever you like.
I'm making
You
a
have
bunch of.
500-pound tanks, sir. Yeah, no problem.
With the exception of cheesesteaks and pretzels, maybe anything you have to go to Philly to get the good version of, it's probably not.
It won't be good.
bad.
But lighter than air pastries, they might have lock on though if you can get that much nitrous in
Fair enough.
Pennsylvania.
Yeah, their turnovers are insane.
Have a cloud kolache. Have a cloud bear claw. You'll float away. Jeremy, are you fact checking something?
No, I was just
Jeremy worked 18 hours and he's very tired.
fucking brain dead, man. Out in
he's
the
brain
cold.
dead.
So
I
did
want
Mike.
to point out
Give
that
me a
Edmund
break.
Hawkins Family Yule Log is playing in here.
Not only
Go to Hawkins
Is that-
Family Ulog.
are you our tradition at this point, so is the Yule log video from Mr. Edmund Hawkins.
Yeah.
You're right, yeah.
It's a nice Yule Log video with some surprises.
Couple
no
of-
less than 2 ex-girlfriends of mine.
couple of familiar faces. Don't date
that-
comedians, ladies. Don't date comedians, ladies.
It's terrible.
Come on. I think if there's anything you've learned from comedians, it's don't date them.
Because you'll end up seeing them in your friend's video.
Yeah, that I'm face to face with for the next hour.
Yeah, well, that's what it takes in the business, You
Yeah.
got to make sure
You gotta
be able to handle everything that comes at you.
It's a casting couch.
Don't shit where you eat, my friend.
Don't shit where you eat.
They're lovely people. I still like them a lot.
Well, if you can be friends with the people that you used to date, I think that's...
Is there a nicer way to say "don't shit where you eat"? Because it's a sentiment that I think rings true, but it's like the most extreme version.
It's
of
very much so. I don't shit where you eat is different than I hear. Dogs don't shit where they sleep, and I like that better because it
I
takes
don't
it
shit where
away.
you
It
sleep.
I don't like
takes
that.
it away from being like human. It's like
What,
dogs do.
You've never been to the Rainbow Gathering, I guess.
No.
Even then, you don't shit where you eat.
You know what the saddest part about all these pot shots that you're taking is that I was this close to walking out the door in a tie-dyed Grateful Dead t-shirt, but I hadn't washed it in a while, and I put it on, and as I was walking out, I got itchy, and I was like, I shouldn't wear this.
Ugh.
That was your holiday.
His
yeah.
That was me
Michael
being
sense.
excited to be like, all right, it's holiday time. I'm going to be festive.
His Michael sense
It's
started
green.
tingling. He's like, "Oh no, I'm going to be relentlessly teased if I go over there with this on. I better take it off."
No, it was in a box, and I thought it'd be fun to put on, but it probably gotten dusty.
I put you in a box, bro. I've got you in a box.
I don't know. Do you know Andy Breckman? Comedy writer, but one time he was giving me a ride and he was playing the Grateful Dead.
Oh, he also does Uber.
Yes. It was a very quiet car and Grateful Dead was playing on Sirius XM and he just goes, "Oh wait, I love this part." And then the car ride would continue, and then you just continually go, "Oh wait, I love this part." Until I realized that he actually doesn't like the Grateful Dead.
That's commitment to the bit.
Yeah.
That is good.
Oh wait for this part.
Wait.
I feel like we had that conversation driving from San Francisco to Los Angeles, although it was about Frank Zappa, and I was being 100% serious.
Oh,
You were sincere.
He was like, he said that he's never been able to get into Frank Zappa. And
Who
I tried
did?
to change
Who
him.
said?
Brett Davis did.
Same.
And I couldn't sway him.
I'm a little more Frank
tried
Sinatra than Frank Zappa. Zappa.
Wow.
Wow.
That's messed up.
No, yeah, I still.
I can see you wearing, excellent wigs for both.
That's true. Actually, Frank Sinatra wig wouldn't be that great.
What is your wig count at this point? Like, as far as like character costuming goes?
I did ditch a bunch after the special ended, but still probably like 30.
A healthy 30.
A healthy 30.
Healthy.
Do you have a storage space for that?
No, but you fold them on the inside, and then they stack kind of nicely.
Do you perchance have? Wait, I think you have something of
I
ours.
do have something of ours. We've talked about this for years, and it's never been
never
found because-
materialized. Yeah.
Because I'm sure something happened to her, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Listen, as a sketch group, you have a lot of things in your closet. One of those sometimes is a blow up doll.
Yes.
And sometimes you lend those to your friends. And sometimes, I think we paid at least $22 for this thing.
And I said you wouldn't want it back. That would be the end of the conversation.
Oh, that's weird. I never heard that part of it.
Yeah.
I thought you just said I don't have it.
I said you wouldn't.
She's become a very special person to you. No, we get
I
it.
gave the baby back though.
You did give the baby back, which is important. The baby helped me get ready for my baby. So I appreciate
The
you
training
bringing that
baby.
back. It was a training baby for me.
Yeah.
Do they have weighted training babies? They do.
I'm sure. Like that one actually feels like a baby. You know what I'm saying? Like it has its perfectly
A liquid bump.
No, I'm expecting someone.
What?
Oh.
What's going on?
JB, go to the door.
Yeah,
would
hold
you?
on.
Jeremy, get the stick.
Open the door!
Get the stick. Who is it? Oh,
Hello.
who's this?
Hello, everybody.
Who's this?
Hi.
It's just Brother Reid from the Church of the Story. How are you all doing
Well-
this nothing?
We're not very religious, but come on in, stranger. To have a drink. We're having high spirits here.
Yeah, this nothing Eve. We're celebrating the holidays, man.
Oh. Well, I should be the first to tell you, of course, the story frowns on the holidays.
Oh.
What are you, a Jehovah's Witness?
No, I belong to the Church of the Story.
Okay.
We're actually on the same network as you guys.
Oh, that's
Oh,
right. Oh, the
right.
story must be told. Yes,
Yeah.
I'm aware.
Oh,
I'm aware.
okay.
I'm aware.
Now I've heard of them.
Now I'm a little bit unaware. I've never heard of the Church of the Story.
The Church of the Story is a profound church. We have a beautiful congregation, a beautiful compound, or church, you'd call it.
Prison.
Why did you?
No.
Interesting.
We're very normal, and we're not hoarding anything, really.
What would you need a compound?
Information you wouldn't have to give up.
Yeah, what would you
Yeah.
need?
Hoarding.
What would you need a compound for if you weren't hoarding
Being
something?
attacked right now.
No.
You knocked
Come
on
on
our
in.
door.
Yeah.
Come on in and have a drink. Come on in and have a
The
drink.
Spirits are high.
Yeah,
Spirits are high.
It means
Okay.
have a.
Do you drink beer? Is that part of?
Come on, don't you like this beer?
I mean, I don't necessarily drink beer. I don't know if you know this. In our church, we drink a little beverage called Crow-Croa.
Oh.
Crow-Croa?
What is?
Crow-Croa.
I've heard of Jesus juice. I've heard of a couple of different things like that.
Jamba Juice, I've heard of.
Jamba juice. Yeah.
Another definite cultist drink.
And then Brett was saying he drank some nitrous and
Nox. He's a
NOS
little Noxer.
energy drink. I think it's Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Nas, God's Son, and all that.
Oh no, that's Nas.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry.
Sorry.
It's very easy to.
We made the mistake earlier.
Anyway, Crow-Croa is a carbonated beverage.
Is it served warm?
Hot. Boiling hot.
Okay. All right.
It's got just a bite of menthol that you
Oh.
That actually sounds a little like holiday, like menthol, like peppermint.
I mean, a
It's-
little. I guess.
I like
Similar.
to. I like to have mine with a little. I spear a little star anise with a cinnamon stick and put it in there like an umbrella.
Yeah, but this is different than menthol, though.
Yeah,
I can't even stand that.
Did menthol come from cigarettes? I don't know.
We don't know what the source.
taking a nice hot cocoa and just adding a dollop of Vicks Vapor Rub.
Oh,
That's better.
That seemed like something
Yeah.
I'd want in my body.
Well, but I'm saying if you spill it on yourself, there's still a positive.
medical values.
I mean, I guess there's a positive, but it's also scalding hot. You said and carbonated.
Ooh,
It's painful.
but it opens up all of your breathing holes, so that's important.
I would
during
argue
the
it
holidays.
briefly opens it up, and then it swells because
I would think so. Yeah, I think hot
Really?
carbonation is terrifying to
Well,
me.
you guys are actually getting to the heart of the matter.
Hot
This story
carbonation.
is all about punishment. The story's all about just making you feel real bad inside.
Oh, and
I
is
think
that,
we already have that. It's called
So,
Catholicism.
so you're going door to door to? Well, wait, yeah. So what's the whole? What, are you like
I
hanging out?
told you, Jeremy, that we had to stop getting on that last podcast network email list
Well,
because
I guess the address leaked or something.
I don't
on there.
know.
We had to stopped getting on that last podcast network keypad code list where anybody can just break into our studio at any time.
No, you let me in. You accepted.
Oh shit!
Well,
this
I
is
mean, you
we
knocked,
did-
he's
I
like a
mean.
vampire. We can't fight him now.
Ooh, you are my friend.
So you're fundraising for the holidays. You're can driving. You're taking donations for the children. What?
We're definitely traveling around on part of the holidays.
Okay.
Mostly to say, I'm a phooey, patoo to you. You holiday. Ooh, I hate you. Ooh, you're dirty.
Oh,
Naughty.
Yeah, I noticed
What?
there was a hesitance to even say Christmas or
Yeah.
anything like that.
do you not say that word?
you don't like keeping the Christ in Christmas?
Well, I mean, I don't want to get too, religious on you guys. I want everyone to have fun.
This is it's yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
The hot beverage carbonation is spreading.
Yeah, that menthol tingle plumping in our bellies
Hmm.
on it. No, it is. It's just a
Plump on
religious- That's right. Say plump on it.
Okay.
It's crow.
I just don't.
Crow.
I don't like when
It's
a liquid.
weird. You know what?
plumps in
Like
your
there are
belly.
there are moments where I feel like I can relate, and moments where I'm completely lost.
As we say in the old story, you say sometimes you get the crow and sometimes you get the crowa.
Well, let me try to make this very easy for you then. Maybe you,
Sure.
Danny, maybe you'll relate to some of this then, because I feel like I'll get you on board here. The story is the only truth that exists. You need it, and if you don't have it, you're literally nothing.
That's a lot of pressure.
That also sounds a
One-
lot like a religion. I don't see how that's different from what you don't like about religions. You know what I mean?
They're not the real one.
Okay. All right.
I'm sorry. Not to get religious. I'm not trying to bring anyone down. We're drinking some crows. We're having a good time.
You are. We're having.
The hot carbonation is plumping in our bellies right now.
I just don't recognize false stories.
Okay.
Oh,
I've heard about this
It feels like you would.
God character.
It feels like you would kind of.
in Europe.
It would. It would limit you as
Got a
far as.
following in the States.
Oh, also, yeah.
it's got
Both
pretty decent-
both sides of the Atlantic.
Huh.
how
That's the first I've heard.
Yeah.
interesting.
God in a. All right, cool. Hey, good for them. Get your base out.
How
Subscribers.
I would just like to know how do you know what the truth is? Are these stories old? Are they just happening now? Like how are you?
Oh, we make
how are
most of
these?
them up.
You make most of them up.
I mean, they come to us, but Pastor Andrew and I and Sister Calista, these are other members of the Church of the Story.
Okay, this sounds like the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. I've narrowed it down now. This sounds exactly like Joseph Smith making stuff up in upstate New York. All right, we are in New York State right now.
Yes.
There's only certain religions that have come from New York State, and one of them is Mormonism. Another one is a story. And they're both just sound like flim flam.
All right. Well,
Let's go. Let's
Yeah,
go.
you have
let's go a little easy, Mike. We did invite him into this. Is
And respect
I opened the
respect
door,
to all
it's
our
really knocked.
LDS
There's
listeners.
Not really inviting.
It's
Wow.
the
Yeah.
holidays.
I'm very
mean-
open to religion. I don't. I'm sort of agnostic, but I'm
Oh.
definitely not an atheist completely. But you're saying that this isn't God isn't even part of it.
So agnostic and atheist is like Diet Coke and caffeine-free Diet Coke.
Sure. Yeah.
or cherry and regular,
What?
or Dr. Pepper and Dr. Soda.
I'm sorry, you were defending your your storefront religion. Go ahead.
Yes.
Storefront.
Wow, you
Gotta
are
take
just
easy,
giving
man.
it to
I
him.
mean,
I
like
mean,
if you
just launch a Patreon, to be fair.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Which one of the benefits is definitely being able to divide our congregants based on income.
Oh yeah, tiers, different tiers.
Seems.
It seems like you're developing a caste system.
I'm not saying it's a caste system, but it is a useful tool to decide who deserves more
deserves more of what?
The story,
spiritual truth.
right? Right.
Oh.
I mean, we're genuinely.
Well, okay. Is does it mean that people that are less fortunate are more deserving of?
I would think. I mean,
You'd hope.
It depends how much money they have.
Okay,
Well,
now
that-
this
that's-
sounds.
they're
that
poor.
you're-
I mean,
Less fortunate,
Now-
they're not doing well, and they got that cash. Yeah.
That was my. I guess that was my like roundabout way of saying people that are poor.
That sounds like a paradox, there, Brother Reid.
I mean, we release a story for free every 2 weeks. Yeah, we got some stories out there. Funny, scary, a little.
These are news-
I would.
stories.
Yeah, you get new stories
Yeah.
because the story must be told,
Story must be.
and everything is happening in real time,
Mhm.
out of your not imaginations, but the things that come into your head.
The voices that talk in your head, Mr. Flim Flam.
The stories manifesting themselves.
Okay, now it sounds more like Scientology because the richer you are, the more advanced you can get
Now
in your
you're
religion.
getting it.
Okay.
Yeah, now you're getting it.
So
I feel like
who or what is manifesting stories in your head?
The story.
Mm,
I'm sorry.
okay.
I know this is
It's a little.
It's
Yeah.
hard. It's hard to wrap our head around. Look,
First off, I
Look.
never once said my name, so you must be familiar with my work.
were you just listening out in the?
It could be psych. It could be psychic.
knows how long I was standing outside.
You just do that? You just stand at the.
look.
How long I was listening to liars speaking in my midst. Oh, jeez, the lies you told.
I
There's a
immediately
weird energy to
regret
bring
the
in
Yeah.
decision
full strangers.
to ask you to get the door, Jeremy.
Operation Vampire
'Cause look,
Eject.
It's weird when you
Look.
knock. Not a lot of times you.
I know.
We're here.
Fish fan.
Noodly, noodly, noodly,
I must have
noodly.
How
been
is this
listening.
happening?
Yeah, he must have been listening.
Do you know a guy named Drunk Santa? Are you familiar?
Oh yeah, he came for the last few holiday. No.
Unholiday
I
party.
feel like
What
I
is?
feel like Brother Reid has been stalking us for a little while.
You might have been Steiber stalking us.
All right, you guys caught me. I'm a big fan of the Danny and Mike podcast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
To be honest,
Interesting.
Okay.
I love the Church of the Story. I love plumping down on a hot crow. I love feeling the story punish me for just living life every day. But in honesty, I came here because I want to have a brew with a couple buds and say hi.
Listen,
You talk about
And get spirits high.
Yeah, spirits
I think
are
that's
high.
really
And
nice.
keep spirits high.
I am
I just love you all so much.
Brother Reid. It's very
Foley
nice
man
of you
Brett
to be
Davis.
here, but I am curious because I'm not, I was raised Catholic and I just don't really practice at all. And
Yeah, almost every Catholic
feel
was
like-
raised Catholic.
I feel like I could be swayed into something, but I need a little more substance. Is what I need.
You're malleable.
are you in the market for Is it Can I say religion? No.
Yeah.
You can
Movement.
do it. It's a way of life.
Okay.
I've
He's
heard people call it a podcast. I don't know.
he's spiritually promiscuous.
Vagaries in it though. You're calling it the story without ever really explaining what the story is and saying that there's new anthologies, but there's no like
Specifics.
for a new person to get into it. What's the elevator pitch of the Church? of
Where's the
Story?
faith?
Yeah, give me 30-second pitch.
All right. Your life is meaningless.
Okay.
Okay,
Everything that happens to you,
I'm with you so.
random,
I'm with you so far.
and honestly, a lot of the time painful.
Okay.
The story meant for that to happen to you. Every time something happens to you, that's the story manifesting in your life.
What if something doesn't happen?
That's the story manifesting in your
I
life.
thought so.
It seems
Well,
statistically probable, I guess, because we do things every day. Maybe the same things, maybe different things, but things nonetheless.
Check it out. You flip a
All
coin.
those things are the story.
I'm hooking it up here with Reid. You flip a coin, right?
Yeah.
Heads, it's the story. Tails,
It's
it's
the
the story.
story.
Okay.
Wow.
Edge,
little.
It's the story. Tell us if you get it. Give us a call, 347-470-8150.
Have you ever had a coin stay on its side after?
I have landed a coin on its edge. You never have?
Never. That's
On
not
its
possible.
edge?
Yeah.
If you're saying
I
that,
mean, I can spin one on.
No, you
on
can
the
flip a
edge.
coin and have it land on its edge for sure.
Mhm.
It's going to take you a lot of tries.
So
Thank you. Can be too.
I don't know.
this is
It's
insane.
a very like story ex machina to explain everything away. With
I like
the story.
it. I like it.
Yeah.
It's the story's fault I didn't get that
But
promotion.
wait, I was going to say, did the story create La Machina?
I mean,
Yeah, what about creation?
story ex machina. Perhaps the story invented its own of machine thing.
I don't
So
think you know
you're
what it
you're a
means.
person
Yeah.
who speaks multiple languages, then I guess, because you understood.
Machine language.
Latin for yes. What is it? Seek.
Oh, there.
Seek.
Sick.
Oh, sick, dude.
Sick.
Set.
Sick.
I don't.
And then no, I think is mini-me. Or it might be minime.
Menime.
Manon?
Menime. Yeah.
Minime?
Do you
No, I
speak
made-
Latin in the Church of the Story?
I mean, if the story's written in that particular week. We get, there's a lot of stories in the Church of the Story.
This sounds
You get
actually.
stories written in Latin right now in 2019.
This sounds like the holy book in Midsummer. You can't actually look at it, or you're gonna get killed.
I mean, you can look at the book of the story for like a little bit, and your face glows, and then you deny your family like real quick.
So there's an element of magic here.
And then also like complete and total segregation of anyone else
Classes.
that's not you.
Yeah.
I wouldn't use the word segregation, but what the church welcomes all. Church welcomes all kinds. Brothers, sisters, siblings, we take them all,
Cousins.
grind them up, push them into a story.
But that's when you say grind them up.
That's a good story.
When you say grind them up,
Yeah, it doesn't.
It's not a good.
It's not
it's
an
not a good
appealing
way of
thing.
Yeah.
So either
Now
a
I'm
weird
seeing.
metaphor
You're not
or a
hawking the story
terrible-
well.
Yeah. Now I'm seeing
Horrific
Snowpiercer
reality.
instead of. Yeah.
I'm sorry. What world do Yuns live in?
Yuns are in
I think-
modern
I think he's-
reality.
No piercer every gosh darn day.
Yeah.
And I don't like these religions promising you nice things. The story promises you're going to be ground into a fine paste and then spread on a piece of toasty goofball. And that's probably how it's going to be.
That's the first.
Sorry for telling the story
No,
like it is.
that's the first time I could relate to Brother
That's
Reid
it?
in that moment. Yeah.
In pat.
No, you look.
What
I,
people equal pate?
Yeah. People equal paste,
I had a baby not too long ago, and I had to take it.
I bet it was delicious.
Thank you. I had to take it to the doctor because he had some eczema issues, and the stuff I was putting on him said if it gets in his mouth, to call the doctor because it's harmful. And the doctor told me it's just petroleum jelly, and he's going to turn into that one day too. And it stuck with me.
Jesus, that's dark for a doctor.
I know, a pediatrician no less.
Would you?
Lord.
Why did you bring your kid to Jurassic
I was
Park
gonna say.
practice? Is my question.
No, I think you know what I can appreciate a doctor who can tell me straight.
But that's like the
is true.
doctor.
Dr. Kafka.
Yeah, seriously. Your son will be a cockroach eventually, so not to worry.
Is it possible? I know. I'm presuming you do. You said there's a bunch of stories within the story.
Everyone's got a story.
Everyone's got a story. Well, it
Some
can.
people got a lot. Some people get theirs tonight.
We're all different sort of layers of religion or faith or whatever you want to call it. If you were to start a story, do you think we could add to it and then you would finish it again?
Definitely.
You guys up for that? You want to do a little telephone? Yeah. All right,
I'm having
brother
flashbacks to another
brother
time.
Reid,
All right.
brother Reid. Yeah, let's see what this is all about. I'm on the fence still. I don't.
Story begins. Little silly Tommy, he woke up one day. It was a Tuesday, and he said, "Oh no, I have to go to school today." He was mad. He was so mad he skipped breakfast. He was so mad he skipped the bus. He ran all the way to school, and there he saw his friend, Patricia the idiot. And she was just drinking out of the water fountain. She was getting so sick because she was drinking so long. And then he said to her,
Now I continue the story
Now
of Tommy.
you-
Okay. He says, Patricia, don't drink so much water. You'll get sick, or maybe your bladder will get too full. And Patricia eyed him, and in an instant, without her legs even moving, she slid over to Tommy and grabbed him by the throat, her eyes red with rage, literally red, like she's a demon of some sort. And she smiles, and a forked tongue unfurls from her mouth like a fruit roll-up. Or no, like a fruit by the foot.
Oh, yeah, that's more accurate.
And
Even scarier.
And then Tommy screams,
John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt, da 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 da, and everybody in the school reveals identical forked tongues. They march 4x4 out into the schoolyard and begin munching on the bus matrons who are busy doing whatever it is they do from 8:45 until 2:45.
bus matron?
The bus matrons, the people who get you on the bus, they're very vulnerable because they have to rest in that time. So the children are drinking their blood out in the courtyard. And the bus matrons, with their last gasp of breath, turn to the heavens and say,
"This story must be told." Whoa.
The story must be told.
The story must be told. As they screamed, their last words were heard amongst all the children who are still in the school, which caused the children to start repeating those same words over and over and over again.
Oh, nasty.
And then...
And then we arrived at the first day of class.
No,
And
I feel like no, but I know we were trying to improv out and stuff, but that just popped out like really like this, like it just happened.
"You're like
And I'm
the story.
I'm feeling a little funky about this whole thing that just happened.
You're like if a
you
paid
may have just gotten
infiltrator. You're like if a paid infiltrator for Pepsi went into an improv group and just kept doing Pepsi commercials in the middle of their brainstorm ideas.
so you're
I don't know. I mean, I would say yes or no, but like for real, that just happened.
By the way, fuck Pepsi.
okay. Well,
Was that the end of the story?
no, we'll keep going. As the students eyed the teachers and the teachers eyed the students, they looked at themselves with their slivery tongues, their dead eyes, and they say to themselves, "Let's listen to some Nas while drinking some Nas."
Little silly Tommy and Patricia the idiot, they held hands in the school assembly as the whole auditorium nodded off to the Nas and the Nas. The bus matrons, in their bloody decay, were slowly buried by the groundskeeper, Devin, in a unholy masquerade.
There you go.
Wrote their own tombstones for the bus matrons.
Chink, chink,
writing the names
chink,
that they remembered for the people.
chink.
Marguerite, Little Tammy Bus Drive, Stink Sally, and Brandonette.
Who could forget Stink Sally?
No one after the tragedy.
She's been on the show, right?
I think we've got a couple Stink Sallys here. I got sniff.
Oh,
Did you do that to further the story on your own, Michael, with all of the sound effects, or were you just making fun of him? Because I'm telling you, something weird is happening.
yeah, something just
No, I was
clicked with you.
inspired. I was inspired by Brett's Ace Foley work earlier with the beer can open, and I just went with it. He was doing some good Foley work.
For you Patreon members, you'll be able to see that on the holiday video coming soon.
I think if you hear it,
Internet
your mind does the rest. That's what a good Foley man does.
I just don't want to be the only one here that's feeling it, and I feel like I am, and I don't know. Now I feel like I'm personally either in a bad place,
Noodly,
or I'm in a very good place, and I want to take my friends with me.
Well, if you were in a good place, your spirits would be high.
That's true. That's true. Spirits are high.
Is it possible that your story that was written was me coming here today and telling you about the story.
Fulfilling.
Oh no.
And I like having like a really, really deep connection over it. And like really like getting each other like on a bro to bro basis.
You said that if it happens, it's like the story meant for it to happen, right? And if it doesn't happen, then the story meant for it not to happen, right?
Yeah. Unless your story was denied, and then in which case you're.
Wait a second.
Yeah,
There's a
well-
denied story?
Well, yeah, if you disobey your story.
Can we get with brands we hate for a minute?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why not?
AT&T promised me a phone, and then right before they shipped it, they said, by the way, it's going to come in a month. And then after that, they're just like didn't tell me, but they said, we got your address wrong and we sent it back. So I'm just waiting.
Duh.
And it's like, why didn't you tell me? And they're like, sorry.
Well, the story wants you to wait.
That's what I
Is
mean.
what-
I just
what you're
figured,
saying
yeah,
is what-
yeah. I don't like feeling that much of a passenger in my own tale. You know what I mean? I like to feel like I'm having a more active hand in it.
I mean, I guess that would be a benefit of religion is that you could have faith.
Mm.
in
I got to
either
have
God
faith,
or
the faith, the
story.
faith.
Yeah. Your faith is that your story is just a continuing story about AT&T just like fucking you just like a little bit.
God, I'm so tired of big corporations. I just had to wait in the Apple store the other day for like over an hour. My son had filled his diaper with urine, and I didn't realize it till it was too late.
Is there a connection with Apple? Because you're
Just
waiting
big-
for a new iPhone.
Well, just big corporations
and
fucking me.
AT&T,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
now it's
Telecommunications.
iPhone.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, big corporations telling me to eat a big one.
Well,
do you screen your congregants?
We don't screen them. We take brands anyone.
They sift. I think they sift them.
Okay.
Yeah, we sift them.
Can I ask, is the story we were just creating, is that now gospel?
Oh yeah, that's hardcore. Like 100% story.
It's already been taken down.
Like, creating
I will
that
say-
story, we made it happen.
We didn't finish the story.
right.
No.
There was no
You need
clear
bus.
message
You
to the
need bus
story.
matron
0.
resolution, is what you're
There was
saying.
no message.
It seemed to have set up some sort of, I played a part in it, but I like, what can you gather from a story like that, and how is that now? something
That bus matrons have a lot of blood. Is all. I
Oh
can
yeah,
get out of it.
because there's nothing about them bleeding out to death yet. So the students must still be feeding on them this whole time. Wow.
But that's open into
Stamina,
It's open to
right?
interpretation. I would
Let's hear it.
imagine, much like other religions that
Let's hear it for our bus matrons who probably breathed such a sigh of relief today seeing the kids for the last time in
literally the first time
2019.
I've ever heard the phrase bus
Ma-
matron.
Yeah, I've
Matrons.
never heard it either.
But a matron is a nurse, right? A head nurse or
Describe
something.
themselves as bus maidens.
Matrons.
Maidens.
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to say bus maiden is like 15, 16, 17,
You
like
get
that.
married, you have your bridesmaids, and then
Your bus matrons.
your bus maiden, or if she's married, a bus maiden.
Bus matron,
I think
a matron of buses.
I went to a wedding before. I went to a wedding with Danny that had like school buses, transportation from one venue to another, and it was just completely filled with rowdy singing people.
It's a cost-effective way to get your people from point A to point B.
Absolutely.
And they're usually not filled with kids at the time that weddings are happening.
Oh, because it's usually after hours.
That's what I found out afterwards.
Well,
I'm-
I don't want to interrupt the flow of
I don't
of
feel
the
as-
story
I don't
here.
feel
I don't
as intense
understand.
about it anymore. I had that moment. I think it was. I feel like
You think it's past?
you started and you went, and then Mike went, and I just like wanted to jump in, and I said those words, and it felt
We could try again.
it felt meaningful. But you just said that like sometimes stories get denied, and you're telling me that like that story didn't even make sense.
Well, I was adding to the story, not thinking that this would be a part of the story.
What I'm saying is he gets a writer credit.
The story is there's thousands of stories.
Okay.
Some of them are they're a little shitty. I mean, let's be fair.
Oh, you-
Not bad. But I mean, some of them are new and they're still finding.
Is
their
there a
legs.
titular story?
There's no titular.
There's a couple of titillating
You might
stories.
say the story must be told is like a short story anthology.
Oh,
But if
Like
you
The
were to say
Believer.
it like-
slash religion.
if you were to say it like that,
Okay.
A short story anthology, which really means it's one big
evolving framework.
long story cut up into short pieces.
It sounds tailor made for pay TV.
Well, that's
Is there any uniting theme to these stories?
Overarching
There's
theme.
definitely a
James Joyce or something.
tone to 'em.
Okay.
Look,
A tone of
Well,
utter,
we just
utter
established a
mockery,
tone
or yeah.
of like horror, slight horror, Children of the Corn vibe.
definitely horror vibes for sure. It was like it felt like Battle Royale, but with bus matrons.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't write all that. That was what you guys bled into it. Some of you guys were bringing up killing a lot of ladies. Story about a goofy boy and a dumb girl drinking out of water fountains.
Like in theory, could I start a story? Do you need to start it as a member of the church, or could I start
I
one?
would encourage you to start.
But I'm saying,
Oh.
can
I think if the
because
story is true, it would find itself after you.
And this would become gospel in the church,
The
of the story.
You're making me put down my promise, but in this case, yeah. You know, I'm gonna let it happen.
Okay, can I start a story?
yes.
All right.
Yes.
I'm gonna start in the middle.
Oh, okay.
Wait
This
a
is a
second.
challenge.
With
Oh.
Guys,
episode 4 of this story. I call it A New Hope.
I like it. I like it.
oh,
Oh, okay.
Okay.
It's a period of civil war.
Sure.
wow.
Rebel spaceships striking from a hidden base have won their first victory against the evil Galactic Empire. During the battle, rebel spies managed to steal the secret plans to the Empire's ultimate weapon, the Death Star.
I like it so far.
Wait a second.
Yeah.
An armored space station with enough power to destroy an entire
Entire
planet.
planet.
Whoa.
Pursued by the Empire's sinister agents, Princess Leia races home aboard her starship,
Leia?
I am.
custodian of the stolen plans that can save her people and restore freedom of the galaxy.
This feels so familiar to me.
And I finished the story right now, so now that's part of your religion.
Yeah.
Right on.
Okay.
Right
A
on.
fucking story with like a
Let's toast.
like,
Let's toast that with some
story. Now I'm taking
crow.
Hey.
Crow.
That's spirits are high. For
Spirits
that.
are high, I
Wow, that
guess.
was
Indeed.
really
Indeed.
something special.
Scored a fucking big one.
Brett, is that like a new project you're working on? Like, what's going on with
It's the opening crawl to the Star Wars.
that? Oh,
That's what
Oh.
you're calling it?
No, that's from the movie Star Wars.
which one?
Oh, that's a good title. That's a good title. Yeah.
No, it's made in the 70s. It's a sci-fi movie. I mentioned it earlier.
Yeah.
Oh, we did talk about it, and again, like I
It's a
didn't.
franchise.
I get
yeah.
it.
Are you working on an anthology called Made in the 70s? It's a franchise.
No. I think you're reading too much into the syntax of what I'm saying. I'm just
Okay.
saying that, this is just something I read off my phone.
But it's still a story, right?
Well, it's the beginning of someone else's story, and now it's part of the Church of the Story.
Wait a minute.
Whoa.
You're telling me you looked me in the eye and said you were going to tell me a story?
And I did.
Jer-
You were just reading it off
Story by George Lucas.
Jeremy,
This is getting
who's
awkward.
calling on the copyright phone? Is
Yeah.
somebody calling us on the copyright line right
Barbie
now?
Lucas. She takes care of all the.
Shit.
Yeah, she takes care of all the copyright.
Don't answer. Just send it to voicemail.
Yeah.
Let's
Send
just
it to
take it
voicemail.
easy, guys. We do have a guest who's in.
Brett, you
Celtic
realize
Games.
you've gotten
I
us
feel
in a
like-
lot of trouble right now.
Yeah.
I
Why
think
would you
it's-
do something like that?
I think it's very common.
He's like
You just tried to
Scandinavian
trick-
licorice
you just
here,
tried
people.
to trick him.
It's not a copyright issue, first off. And second,
You got
I
us a
did try to
lot of
trick you
trouble.
because
You know,
A lot
I
of trouble.
find this
I never
suspect.
do this. I would never even think of doing this. For the next 25 minutes, your story is denied.
Oh my God.
Wow, locked out.
Okay, I'm just exploring the parameters of what makes a story into an indelible part of
I do
your
respect
religion.
that, which is why I gave you 25.
Bro, now he took your training wheels off, so you should feel free to just explore whatever story you want, knowing that it can't make it into the
In
gospel.
some ways, I'm actually prouder of you for pulling this little trick on.
He's
Well,
freeing you.
That's again, I'm agnostic. I'm more into the theology of things than the actual practice of it.
I always figured the French would say agnostic. Is that crazy?
Silent G.
Agnostic.
They might actually.
Yeah.
Agnosti.
Well,
More British.
Right.
agnostic.
No,
No,
no.
that wasn't it. That was
Nope.
that was like a perfect British
Sorry,
accent.
Brother Reid. Sometimes Jeremy comes in and thinks that he can do accents, but he cannot.
That was pretty great.
He's the fact check guy.
Can you do Chinese?
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
do it.
Ready?
Give me a Russian accent.
Yes.
Can you do Chinese?
Swedish.
I can only do that far because
Give me
otherwise it's
Swedish.
bigger copyright issues. Swedish.
Give me Australian.
All right, mate. It's very similar.
It's weird.
Now you do a gay accent.
Yeah.
Do a gay Ecuadorian. You can't do it. He's stumped.
Pineapples, anyone?
This is not
I
working.
Guess
heard-
what?
Yeah.
You are never going to be on SNL now
Yeah.
because
This is
you
not
said
working.
Wow.
Hey, you're actually canceled now.
You're actually
Oh, we canceled.
big time.
Well, that's my story
So that's
now.
the second.
Dude, that's- I
So
would never do this.
But you just
Stories denied.
why?
Wow, permaban.
Forever.
Permaban.
I know that was maybe excessive, but
Maybe.
Let's go for 2 lifetimes. You want to go for 2?
I feel like
Might as well.
I feel like Brett just broke through the story and said that's some bullshit
And got
then
himself
he
a
just
timeout.
Got you canceled.
Yeah. I think
Has this
you're-
been? We've been bringing you here for 3 years. Are you just mad because we always give you shitty gifts at the end?
No,
Like,
I'm
what's
mad
like-
with power, kind of.
You
You are-
crazed.
you look a
I
little
realize
drunk
I
with
can undo a
power.
religion and ruin someone's life in the course of 2 minutes.
There's a huge difference between 25 minutes and forever, and you're arbitraging that whole gap there.
You're arbitraging.
Yeah, it's a verb now.
That's a. I don't know how I feel about that. The use
I
of
make
that
shit.
word.
I make shit into verbs all the time, bro. And I make
Sorry.
phrases into nouns. I'm nuts like that. All right, stop rattling. Yeah, I noun phrase all the time.
Gentlemen, I think it's time to pass out some gifts. What do you think?
I'm not ready because I don't have any.
Lucky for you, I always pack an extra.
oh my god.
And I know you just banned me for life.
Yeah, wait a second. Yeah. No. Let's. Yeah, no.
Well-
I don't think if you
My
can't.
story involves presents today, I'm sure.
Okay, that's your truth. You speak your truth.
That's so
That's fine.
weird.
Seems convenient.
Yeah,
I mean,
highly. So
All right. Well, let's
The last time I was here, I got network swag.
network swag.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't do that 2 years in a row. 1, 2. I just want to update everybody on Drunk Santa.
he got hit by.
Silence.
Oh, yeah.
Radio silence.
That's good.
okay.
He
Sometimes-
is.
There's
For
no-
Brother
not gonna be
Reid,
a
who
Yes.
doesn't really
Christmas this
follow
year.
the holidays,
And all
or
of the-
anything. There's a guy that comes down through the chimney and brings kids presents
Uncle
and.
Story.
No.
Drunk
No,
Santa.
he was familiar with Drunk Santa.
Every
Yeah.
25 years, Uncle Story comes to visit. He slides his little meat down your chimney and gets all choked.
All right, I'm gonna throw up.
What?
Wait, meat?
Down your
He
chimney?
brings meat down the chimney?
No.
And he gets all chalky in your fire pit, and he walks out and he says, "Hi, Mom." And
I'm done throwing up.
her
I'm done throwing up.
says, "Hi, Dad," and he kisses him.
Wow, Uncle.
Sounds like
Wait a
Drunk
second.
Santa.
Uncle,
Yeah.
it sounds
It
a
actually
lot like
does sound
Drunk
like
Santa.
Drunk
Yeah.
Santa.
Yeah.
Look, I think can we
They
all
could be
agree-
related.
We can all agree that whatever we want to decide is our person of interest. They're all doing the same thing,
The suspect.
coming down chimneys.
My Uncle Story. I like
Yeah.
to think
Suspect in a breaking and entering is what it really is.
All right. Well, I'm going to pass out some gifts. Okay.
But it's better than passing out, Jeremy.
This is for Mr. Davis, our guest.
Oh my goodness.
Brett
you
to
go,
the
Brett.
D. And this is for Reid.
This is for Daniel.
Okay.
There's another part of this that's missing, but we'll get into that later.
Does Uncle Story wear a rumpled red suit that's browned by dirt?
purple tracksuit.
Okay.
Purple tracksuit.
Like a bro tracksuit.
And here's Michael's.
Thanks, Jeremy.
A bro, but more of like a runner.
Oh, yeah. Well, I would just say spirits are high before we get into this.
Spirits are high. Yeah.
Spirits are high.
And I wish you all a happy holiday and a merry Uncle Story.
Very fertile New Year.
Oh yeah. Wait a second. Is it so? There's no holidays at all. Do you have any holidays? Sort of like the holidays.
They have a
that we're
24-year
here?
hiatus of
No, hold
holiday.
on.
Every Friday we have a Grease Friday. So we got a weekly holiday if you want it.
Grease.
A grease?
No, it,
Grease Friday. The story. If I want to get into it,
You're the one that I want.
greases, holy unctions, oily residues,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah.
A lot of paper
Okay.
towels.
A
So-
lot of sticky fluids.
On Fridays only.
Yeah. That just started today, though. So, I mean, who knows how long.
Oh wait. So today is Greasy Friday.
We're ever changing, adding to the story, growing it out. Next year, we'll probably have Christmas. We might own that.
are you going to buy it? You're going to buy the rights.
Star Wars, just today.
Oh.
I don't know if you acquired.
How did you-
Star
No, that's a big piece of intellectual property that was
Wow.
written
Yeah.
right into the story. It's true. They have full control.
Well,
I check with the lawyers.
Brett, you want to start there?
Yeah.
See what you got in your little goodie
love
pack.
to.
Just I want to say again one more time that
Say it.
Wow. Oh my goodness. I got a
Say it.
Seltzer Kings
Oh.
beanie, or as in Canada they call it toque.
They do say toque.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? I was in Vancouver one time and I was wearing a hat, and the cab driver said to me, "Hey, buddy, I hope you don't mind me asking, but what's with the toque?"
How did you respond?
I was like, "It's cold out." It was a.
You knew what it was?
I knew he was talking about my hat, but I only knew it as a chef's hat.
What does that mean for the story?
A took?
I'm just saying, if somebody is talking about someone else's hat, is there are there general rules?
You're reading
you
far
know?
too much into it
Oh,
now.
okay.
We call it a hat, you goober. Come on, bud.
Come back down to
It's
earth.
also
There,
called a chucharillo.
Chucheria.
Chicharrillo.
Chucharillo in Italy.
Chicharrillo.
Same idea.
Chapeau in French.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah, well, Dan,
Well,
go
it's
ahead.
great.
Mike,
It's
go
really
ahead.
great.
Well, I would never get the same thing 2 years in a row, you know.
Oh, I got the same.
Oh.
I got the same hat in a different color.
Great. I got the same hat in a different style.
Oh, well,
This is good because it's black, because I live in Greenpoint, so everything I wear is black anyway.
there you go.
Well, now you got a fun conversation if you run into that cab driver again.
Which one?
The one in Montreal.
Oh, check out my toque, buddy.
Yeah. Well, that's
Yeah, I got this from.
that's not all. Danny is leaving the studio. He's mad. He's going to write his own story.
No, he remembered that he brought presents and I didn't.
Yeah, that's okay. Mike, before you open that, this is
open
from
it.
Danny and myself.
Okay.
Merry Christmas.
Okay.
We did something without you, and this is us including you.
We did something without you, and this is us including you.
I wonder if it's going to be like a slideshow of a vacation they took.
Shady Maple Smorgasbord, where food is a destination.
Yes.
You went to Pennsylvania. This is very
Yes.
sweet. Thank you so
You're
much.
welcome.
That's
It's
really
a winter
nice.
sweatshirt.
Thanks,
from
fellas.
Shady Mapes.
Shady Mapes.
Yeah.
Where you can eat meats and then you have to leave for a couple hours.
You got to leave for a couple hours.
And then you come back in. There's two seatings at least.
What's
Thanks.
really weird about this, guys, is that this is for you, Jeremy.
Oh my God. It's a
It
giant.
is also Star Wars
It's not
related.
Star Wars at all.
But I didn't know what it was.
Story must be told.
Yeah,
So
that's
the
is
woman
that-
in
The
white,
famous-
that's the Princess Leia.
From the
mentioned
story.
earlier.
Yeah, famous.
Whoa.
Wow. Yeah,
As
thank you
made
very
famous
much.
by the story.
And that globe thing is the Death Star.
Oh.
It's the one thing in the whole
Throw it at
Star
him.
Wars that could destroy a planet.
Throw it at him.
So
This is like the plot of one movie then.
It's got to be just one movie because they wouldn't have multiple movies where it's about a
They couldn't have. Yeah,
spaceship that can destroy a planet,
they couldn't have more than one movie about the same thing.
which is redundant.
Brother Reid, you've been trying to hawk this story pretty much the entire time you've
Nonstop.
been here.
Talk as much as shoved down your throat.
Oh, okay. Well, we're shoving all sorts of swag down other people's throats. So
Have it.
this is our Merry Christmas to you, whatever it is.
Wow.
Christmas present.
Great
And
swag.
it says Jutes.
Jonesy?
Let me
That's like
Let me
a
see.
power pop band.
let me see.
Jown.
You couldn't even give him swag associated with me.
Look a little bit closer. Does that look like anybody that you know?
You couldn't even give him swag associated with me.
How the hell do you know my son's name? That's also problematic right now.
That is very weird.
What the hell?
That's weird.
Following you for a long time, congregant Danny.
Oh, now he's.
Actually, you know what? I
He wrote part of.
A couple stories.
Yeah, he wrote part of the story.
okay, guys, I gotta come clean with you. I told Brother Reid to come here today because
I feel.
I'm fully aware of the story. I've actually read some.
I feel used.
I've read some, and I've been a part of the story many times, and I've been. It's kind of like a M to M scam thing. Like I got to get another 3 people in here, or they're gonna actually grind me up.
A
It's
multi.
like a
And it
pyramid
sucks.
scheme.
A multi-level
You're in a-
marketing. Yeah.
I didn't.
Oh my god!
It's a,
Yeah.
Wow.
it's a reluctant high five because I'm in a very bad place.
They're
right
gonna
now.
grind
Because I
up
feel like
Alfie
now
if I
this-
don't get 3 people in the story.
Now
need-
I'm gonna have to
I
have
need
Brother
at
Reid on
least-
my podcast.
Yeah.
Hey, you
It's
mi-
only fair.
That's right.
I'm just saying. I'm sorry to bring you guys into it. It's not really a Christmas or
Well, I don't
holiday
think
present.
you
Now you
necessarily
can't leave.
converted any of us.
No, but here's the thing. Now that you've written the story,
A
even
story.
just us, it doesn't matter. It's a story is the story. Now you're all involved.
Yeah, now the story writes you, you gosh darn
Ugh.
stickers. You.
And I'm sorry
So
to-
I got to find 3 other
Now you have to find 3 other
Jesus.
people to tell the story to.
Wow. It's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, it's true.
Story gets you.
It's true.
Congregant Danny, you are now absolved. Your story is guaranteed.
What the fuck, man? I got a whole century of
You're
banning.
forever. You're not even a century. You're forever.
In fact, the story for the next week.
Brett, you got another 15
You guys
minutes.
know what an orgasm feels like.
No,
right?
what's
Most
no.
of you
First
here?
time. First time.
It's hot. It's just like
Let me figure it out.
It's very.
and then again, really matters.
It's like eating menthol, right?
I just had 5 of them in one moment. Him absolving me. That's what it means in just like that one span.
Whoa.
Did you
should
mean
get
that
that.
literally?
That's actually how you.
Well, I'm holding this bag over my pants for a
Okay,
reason.
yeah.
And I'll
The
take care of
Patreon
it later.
viewers would see that.
No, they wouldn't.
Okay. What else you got in that sack?
Sick man.
I got something for Brett too.
Oh,
I got
Yes.
something for Brett.
Wow.
I got
Yes.
something for
actually, I guess brother Reid never opened his present, so you can.
Let's see.
Oh,
It's going to be something very different. It is
A beanie. Yeah, it's
It's also very.
it's the same.
It's a nice hat.
Oh, a Canadian tug.
Yeah, it's a tour.
Give it to him. Give it to him.
this is for you, Brett, because from one friend of New Jersey to another, you have to have a book about New Jersey first.
Oh my God, the famous, infamous, and quirky of the Garden State. It seems like it's an incomplete thing. And then inside,
And there's a pin inside because this is really just putting the kibosh on any sort of
What's it
leftover beef that we might have.
say? What's it
Because
say?
I want that pin to scream to you. It almost happened. It could have happened, but it didn't.
it says, "Wow, that was close." We
Oh.
almost dissolved a friendship over this thing.
Yeah, and I just that's part of me.
Over
just
what? Your
clearing it up.
Your New Jersey book?
No, the New Jersey book was like, hey, we're both from Jersey. Like we can appreciate this.
You
But-
almost
but
walked
the,
away.
the pin was we almost lost each other as friends
This is
over
Over a
some-
baby?
over a podcast and somebody getting some extra kudos and maybe I was a little jealous. Whatever. We don't have to go back into it.
Wow.
That pin is just representing that. Wow, that was close.
this
It's not going to happen again.
He didn't hide any other pins in there. I'm
This
checking.
is so. Did you know that the Morristown National Historic Park is on Washington Place in Morristown?
No,
Now I do.
Didn't we go to Washington's place in
9 a.m.
Morristown?
to 5
Quarters.
p.m.
Quarters.
we went to his headquarters.
His
Yeah.
quarters.
Okay.
Jockey Hollow is really what it's called.
Glassmaking is as much of a part of New Jersey's heritage as the tomato.
See, yeah,
But only
Jersey
one is
tomatoes
sweet.
are the best. They're the best. I can just say. I just think, as
And our
people,
glass blowing.
as
Don't forget our glass blown tomatoes. Those are the finest.
as full blown expats of New Jersey, it's nice to look back longingly on a state that
You could always go back.
It's so hard to get to though from here.
Oh, it's not
very
convenient.
hard.
Yeah.
It takes too long. Takes
Well,
too long.
It's very.
I'm almost done here.
It's a very nice gift.
I'm
It's,
almost done here.
yeah.
Very generous.
For you, Michael C. Morona,
The Tom Robinson
are
Band.
you familiar?
No.
Tom Robinson was a very awesome punk rocker dude, all like Clash, and he opened for them a bunch of times.
Okay.
He said he was gay, and he got some extra support, and then he said, "Just kidding, I'm not gay," and that turned him into pop obscurity. He just kind of was like, "Wait a second, you can't be gay and then not be gay because you're gay or you're not gay. Who knows? Who cares? We're throwing you out."
Oh, that's not fair.
It's not fair.
But
it's
as
definitely not fair.
As a consequence, his
As
records
a-
got cheaper.
As a rocker, though, this TRB2 is a pretty great complete thought
I'm
record.
going to listen to it.
And I hope you enjoy it.
Thank you, Dan.
Well, let's hope he
Wow.
was just figuring himself out and not capitalizing on.
Yeah, it could
Gay
be that
culture.
sexuality is fluid.
I stopped wanting. I liked the song so much that it became the Michael Jackson effect. I didn't want to
Yeah.
know any further
Hey,
and
that's fine
just
too.
take place
Wow.
what I felt in my heart when I first heard.
Billie Jean.
Produced by Todd
yeah.
Rundgren.
Billy
It
Joel.
was
noticed
produced
that.
by Todd
I see
Rundgren.
this
Yes,
on
it
the
is.
back
Yeah.
cover.
Wow.
Uh-huh. It is true. And don't forget about you,
Oh
Jeremy.
wow! Good lord.
Since you're so old, I figured that it's important to get some old
Nice.
music from Peter Gunn.
Yeah, I have
which is
both
a-
of those.
You do?
Yeah.
No, oh, do you?
Yeah.
You don't have those.
Hang 'em High.
You don't have those.
Yeah, I got these.
You don't have both of those already.
It's Great gift.
Do you?
No, I'm saying this is your era. This is what you used to watch.
Fuck you.
This is what you used to watch when you got home from school after you got your,
I'm just
your
kidding. I don't
polio
have these.
shot.
This looks like a great one right here.
It's amazing.
This I used to have a 16 millimeter reel of film from an episode of Peter Gunn, and I thought I was going to get rich by it. Never did.
Oh
Do
well,
you still have it?
actually, that vinyl is worth about $30,000.
Well, that's
Do
great.
do do do
Great.
do
It's the
do
first
do
original
do
present.
do do do
It's the first
do
time
do
anyone
do
ever
do
made
do
that
do
noise
do do
with the
do
guitar
do 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 do. Spirits are high, everyone. We're all
What a
we're
special-
all feeling good in a gift
What a
giving.
special holiday we
And
have.
even if you can't give gifts, just go be with some people you love and give them the gift of your presence and your breath and your odor.
Invite a stranger into your podcast studio
It
and
might
try to talk to them about starting their new religion
and
Just
end
being
up
a part of it.
and end up giving away
Stay the night.
Your marriage.
trillions of dollars of intellectual property.
My marital bed.
Let that stranger whisper sweet nothings into your little ear.
Oh, I thought you were just.
I guess
Danny, where's the non-dairy creamer?
You're nothing.
Milk is fantastic.
Oh, well,
Why?
there's another thing I like about the church.
Almond? Do you use almond?
Can
milk?
you use nut milk? Cool.
We're in the process, probably, of banning all nuts.
Have you guys ever tried to milk a nut? It can't be done.
You know,
I don't-
I have one more story if you'd
Let's do
be
it.
open to
Let's do it.
I'm totally open to it because that last one was a cash cow.
Actually,
Yeah.
before you do, I have a
That last story will subsidize about 10 more stories after this.
I have a very
Over and over.
beefy story I'd like to tell. Is that all right?
We got a couple stories.
I thought.
What story?
Well, I was going to try to sneak one in there because I know I'm banned. Go ahead, Brett. I didn't mean to interrupt.
yeah, you're banned forever.
Yeah, you're banned
I
forever.
know, but-
so why would even?
Minutes are up, actually.
Yeah, Brett's good.
I was just gonna
It's a
say
fast 25.
there was a group called the Church of the Story,
Uh-huh.
and they couldn't have nut milk, and they didn't celebrate anything around the holiday season.
Oh,
that
great story so far.
Catholics or
So
Jewish people or,
Yeah.
or even agnostic people celebrate
Right?
until a fellow by the name of Jeremy stepped in, and
Okay.
out of the kindness of his heart, he gifted the Church of the Story all of this.
Huh.
Holidays,
Nut milk.
nut milk, any kind of dairy
Gave
product,
what?
and full access to Danny's marital bed.
Whoa.
That is so
You're
generous of
I guess
Wow.
if anything gets me unbanned for life,
Romance,
it's that.
It's got comedy. It's got action.
It's got the Tom Robinson band.
Power.
I'm-
It's got a marital.
I'd like to.
this story.
I feel like I have to talk to the missus about the marital bed thing, but I feel like she can be swayed pretty easy.
Yeah.
But I mean,
By whispering.
I guess if the
We all
story,
know that's
the
how
story
it
has
became a
been
marital bed in the first place.
this-
Yeah, we knew
The
we saw
story
the
must
puffy
be told.
stickers. All the puffy stickers.
the story must be told.
All right,
All right, tell the story.
ladies and germs. It's been a very. Well, I mean, I've been banned, so I'm not liking you a whole lot. But like,
Story retroactively
oh, I'm done.
admitted you back in.
Yes.
Did you just come 5 times in
Ban
your
him again.
pants?
Ban him
No,
again.
Danny, I'm a fucking adult.
Ban him
I
again.
can control that shit.
Once like a gentleman.
Jesus Christ, I'm not an animal. But I did want to thank Brett Davis for yet another Spirits Are High episode. Thank you so much for sitting in.
Weehaw,
It's
weehaw.
become a tradition, and
Yeah,
I'm so grateful to be part of it.
you must have some plugs.
Check out the podcast for laundry on Forever Dog, wherever you get podcasts. Check me out at brettdavis.rip or in the National Lampoon Comedy Hour.
Very nice.
Oh, very cool.
And since we're here, do you have anything you want to plug other than your?
Brother Reid's congregation is a Patreon. I know that.
Oh,
Yeah, we just
We
started Patreon, patreon.com/TSMBT. We got a new podcast on there called the 522 Club. If you pay exactly $5.22 a month, you can get it.
very
cool.
nice.
The story must be told every other Tuesday on the Last Podcast Network, anywhere you get your podcasts. They're a bunch of short stories. They're weird and they're fun. I think you'll like them.
Well, you can find this gentleman right here at D Tamborelli on the twits, at Danny Tamborelli on Instas, at Michael C. Morono on the Twitters.
Thank you.
I am at Jeremy Balin on things, at Remy Balin on other things. Absolutely check out the Last Podcast on the Left,
Please do.
or the Last Podcast Network, and all their great shows on there, including the Last Podcast on the Left, which is my favorite. Check us out.
Partial to the story must be told.
Yeah, obviously, because I think you've been brainwashed, but that's another episode. Check us out on tour. We have a bunch of tour dates coming up. NostalgiaPersonified.com for those. And we have a Patreon. Go to that. We have one as well. Patreon.com/Danny and Mike with the and spelled out.
Keep your spirits high. If you have any feelings, let us know at 347-470-8150.
Happy holidays. Thank you for watching and listening. And if you're a Patreon supporter, thank you.
Bye.
Spirits are high.
Good suck sounds.
The Adventures of Danny and Mike stars Danny Tamborelli and Michael C. Morona. The show is produced by me, Jeremy Balin. This podcast is part of the Last Podcast Network, which can be found at lastpodcastnetwork.com. Make sure to check that out for a ton of great shows. For more information on the guys, visit our website at dannyandmike.com. Also look us up on Twitter at Danny and Mike with the N spelled out, and on Facebook at facebook.com/The Adventures of Danny and Mike. Thanks for listening.
This show is made possible by listeners like you. Thanks to our ad sponsors, you can support our shows by supporting them. For more shows like the one you just listened to, go to lastpodcastnetwork.com.